All right, look who's back. All three of us. Oh, Dean's looking at the camera. No, so we were off last week. Mike was at Night in the Country or Country something, and then I was in California for a birthday party, and Dean was all by himself here.
I was here by myself, fucking
getting those gains.
He was crying in the corner, dude. Fucking
crying in the corner.
It was weird, man. It was like because it's the first time we really didn't do one.
Yeah, because we were pretty consistent.
Yeah, we were pretty
so
consistent.
It was weird. It was like a Saturday.
Like, we were gone. Like, we were doing crazy shit just to get this fucking shit going.
We did post a video, though, so.
Oh, it was like 30
Yeah, it was just like the vacation. We were on vacation.
He's on vacation.
If you listen to the video, I think they're talking about me in the background.
No, yeah, I heard it.
Oh, the one that he goes to California?
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
He's recording like
the pool, just like the calm
like
pool, and then my name comes up a few times. I've been drinking.
Also, with our ending of our videos, what is it called? Our little
the end credits.
The end credits. Can you just do our executive producer for all three of us just in one? Because that'll cut it shorter, and then our music would all sync pretty good.
I'll try.
Okay, cool. We'll try. We'll see how it is.
But anyway, let's get this podcast started.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
I'm drinking some Miller because this is all we had in our fridge.
We've been very lazy this week.
Oh, dude.
Not lazy, more just kind of coming down from like vacation.
Right? Yeah, because
like,
it's finally it's like dying down. Like
August is here. We're coming in September.
Yeah, man.
The kitty's going back to school.
It's fucking hot outside.
Fucking hot outside.
Yeah. Super hot.
Dude, it drains me by the end of the day, man. Because I'm generally outside like all day, driving around, and then like getting out of my van, getting in, and stuff like that. And like, man, I'm drenched by the end of the day. It's just it's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
I went to Santa Monica Pier. It was only 76 degrees when I got there.
God damn, dude. But you burned up, though.
I did. I'm still pretty red.
When you got here on Sunday, man, you were red as shit, dude. You were... And then the whole next day, he didn't come out of his room.
Yeah, dude.
We thought he died.
We literally were like, should we...
That wasn't Sunday. It was Tuesday.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sunday, too.
Lily said to call Metro for a welfare check. See if he's still alive in there. Yeah,
but now my face is starting to peel.
Yeah.
Like I was at work today, and I was like, I look like a crackhead.
Oh shit. Well, I guess I have Corona. Taking see when listeners comment or send us things on Facebook, we pay attention. And a listener, Benny, was like, you guys. Well, first he recommended an Idaho brand beer, and I couldn't find it. But then he said Corona, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll get some Corona. But I went to Mariana's, and I got for some reason I think these ones in the brown bottle taste a lot better than like the regular Coronas.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And plus, I used to get these in Mexico all the time. Like me and my cousins, they call them caguamas. So we used to get like these little 32 ounces, dude. So yeah, that's what I'm having tonight.
I'm drinking a staple Bud Light.
Always, man. Always.
God, today we are just really we got lazy on the beer this week.
There's no special beer. There's no.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Yesterday I was fucked up. So I woke up this morning pretty hungover, and then
and you had to go to work, huh?
I worked, and then like after I finished work, like I was tired. Like I was about to stop at Lee's, and I was like, nah, man, I can't.
Yeah.
I want to go home and sleep. I got home and passed out.
Going to work hungover is it's so bad.
It's the worst. Man.
I remember when I was living in Jackpot, we'd fucking like go out on a Saturday night, not get home till maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I had to go work at Pancho Villa's the next day. And I would just walk into the huge walk-in freezer they would have in the back room and sit there for like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. And just so hungover. And it sucked because like then you're working, and then finally like when your shift's over, like getting close to be done, your hangover goes away, and then you get like energy, and you're like, fuck, I don't need this energy right now, man.
Yeah, that's it. It was pretty.
I remember Jackpot just drinking a lot, and I'd be like, no, that's it. Today I'm not going to drink. Then Ishmael would call me, hey, we're going to drink tonight, right? Like, yeah.
That's the most broken promise I think any guy's ever told themselves. Like, I'm not drinking tonight.
I'm just getting myself to be like, yeah, you can't drink. You just drink on Saturday for the podcast. That's about it. But shit, man, I don't even follow that.
Oh, that's what I was telling you guys, dude. I didn't drink at all. I usually just only drink like we're doing like a get together or something. But I didn't have a beer for like 2 weeks, and I had like 3 sips of this, and I'm already buzzed as shit.
Nice. I don't even know how much I had last night, man. Because we went to Night of the Country, which is I guess a big like festival for country music out in Yerington. It's like about an hour out of Reno or so, something like that. It's like in the middle of nowhere, but it was cool. Like we bought a whole shitload of beer. We bought like a whole lot of water and stuff like that, like sodas, sparkling waters. Like we packed for this thing, and we drank a whole lot. I was like, I don't think I was sober on a trip. And we got back and we still had cases of beer. Like we still had like, it had been like 336s of Miller and Coors.
Yeah, man.
So, like,
Coors?
Yeah, Coors.
gross as shit.
Headache beer.
And so we were like, well, fuck, we still got a bunch of beer. Why don't we just do something? And that's what we kind of ended up doing yesterday. One of my friends, Mercedes, shout out to Mercedes. I know you watched this, but he had his birthday, and they kind of had a party yesterday, and we just like, well, fuck, we have all this beer, might as well just drink it. And we drank a lot, but I bet you there's still a lot left. We're probably gonna end up doing something again, finishing that off, man.
Oh, was it for your going away party? Yeah, it was your going away party. I think we got kegs.
Yeah,
and
then
then
kegs for my go away, or was it my graduation?
No, for graduation I had a keg. I don't know if you're going away, but
okay, then yeah.
I know for graduation I had a keg because that's when I realized you guys. I was too old and I remember just sitting there in a suit on the couch.
Graduation?
People everywhere people doing keg stands, and I'm just like,
what beer?
fuck, I'm too old for this shit.
Was it Bud Light?
It was Bud Light.
Yeah, it was Bud Light.
I remember
asking.
Yeah. Seriously.
the waking up the next day
It's serious.
and then going up to the keg and like trying to lift it. I'm like, fuck no, there's still tons of beer in this.
Well, it felt like we drank a lot.
Oh, dude.
I got fucked up that night. That was crazy. Right?
I think someone did a keg stand at one point while I was there.
Yeah.
And then I just remember I was
up.
like, I'm too old for this.
You didn't do a keg stand?
No.
Oh, you should have, man.
I got drunk and ended up just leaving, going back to the hotel room, going to sleep.
Oh, okay. Where did you stay? That was
I think Barton's is where I stayed.
Barnes?
Yeah, out back, the older hotel.
Barton's, Pete's, and Four Jacks, and that's left. That's all that's left. There
And
was
Pony, well, you got the
Pony Express.
Pony
Yeah, the
Express.
West Star.
The West
and
Star.
the West Star.
Well, that's the same.
I guess the Coat Wagon's just the only one that's missing now.
Yeah.
It was
That's
the other
right.
one. God, yeah, those places, man.
I think I've stayed at all of them except the West Star.
You never stayed at the West Star? I don't
No,
think I have
never
either.
I've stayed at
I've
the
not.
Horseshoe. I've stayed at Pete's Tower, Pete's Granite,
So,
and I've stayed at the Four Jacks. And Barton's Outback. I've never stayed in Barton's in the main part, but someone there gave me a key one time to go look at a suite, so I went up and looked at the suite.
I've gotten drunk a lot at the West Star, but I've never actually stayed there.
Oh, no.
I wonder if those are even. Are they nice? Do you think they're nice inside?
In the West Star?
Yeah. Have you ever been in? I've never been in.
Eric said they're nice, but the walls are paper thin.
Ah, shit, that sucks.
Yeah, he said there was a lot of times. I guess he worked there for a little while. You go down the hallway and you could just hear people going at it.
Well, the Four Jacks is paper thin too. Right? You can hear anything next door. That's what woke us up one time. We visited Jackpot. Was fucking next door neighbors were having sex, man. It's the worst.
I remember I stayed in San Dimas at a Motel 6, and my friend told me that it was notorious for prostitution. Cops were always there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, okay, because San Dimas is a nice area. And then one time I'm going back to the hotel room, and this fucking ugly-ass looking dude's taking some fine-ass girl upstairs, and I'm like, she was right. But then it was like then that night I remember laying in bed because I had a headache, and I could just give it to me, and I could just hear him going at it like right next door, and I'm like,
damn it.
And then did he come out of the room and like, oh, my. Your mother sure care about your school.
Hey.
So what'd you do, Tony?
I went to a birthday party.
Your ass was gone too.
Yeah, I was. I went to Southern California. I went to a birthday party. A friend of mine's dad turned 70 years old. So we had a little luau get together. And I just hung out with my family. And the last day I went to the beach. Hung out at Santa Monica.
Nice. Yeah, you had a whole Hawaiian shirt on and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was legit, man.
Yeah, that was part of the party.
That's cool, man. Our trip, man, it was fucking crazy, man. Like there was a whole lot of walking and but like the concerts and everything, it was cool and all. They had good food. But like fuck, it was hot, man. It was so hot, and like we had rented an RV to like stay in, and our fucking generator broke down, so like the AC didn't work. Fuck, the worst. But I mean, at night it cooled down pretty good, so that was pretty cool. But for the most part, it was fucking fun.
Yeah, I stayed at my mom's house and she doesn't have AC.
Damn.
So it was, and it's not a big place. There's 3 heads in that little place, and now they do sleep with the door open. And Southern California doesn't get like the desert heat, so but there was some nights where I was wet through. I mean, I was just sweating. It was terrible because you drink a lot, you sweat a lot.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that shower felt so good in the morning.
Damn, yeah, that's it was like I said, it was weird. Saturday not having I didn't even really have much of a day off. I had to help my parents. They moved into a townhome. So I spent like all day Saturday, all day Sunday, just fucking moving. But yeah, it was weird not doing a podcast. Like it was kind of weird. It was
because it's become a habit.
Right. Like you kind of look forward to this.
Saturday,
look forward to get some beers and fucking drinking bullshit.
Well, I drank on Saturday. That's not the I drank on Saturday. I had a few. Too many.
A few too many. You were pretty.
I don't know. Is there such a thing as too many? I guess. Yeah, I had too many. Like. Of course, you didn't.
Well, if you're sick, probably.
Yeah,
you probably had too much.
If you wake up hating your life, then yeah,
maybe a little bit too much.
Oh, right on. I think we're still kind of coming down on that high we had from our last podcast when we had Nestor on here. That was like our most viewed
that was
podcast.
A good one,
yeah.
So it's gonna be hard to kind of match that one because that was. But I've kind of noticed that like. When we've had guests like with Maggie and like with Nestor, it just brings that, and Chris, it just brings that like different dynamic, makes shows, So we're gonna try to at least get a couple more guests in, just to kind of change things up a bit,
Yeah, definitely. I got a few people that I want on the podcast that are really cool. I got a friend. She's friends with Mercedes, who I give shout out earlier. Her name's Tiffany, and by God, she's like the funniest person I've ever met. And like I just want her to be on here, and I want you guys to witness like how funny this girl is.
I think the cool part of it is that we don't really know her.
No, exactly.
So she'll be like a real guest. Like we know Nestor.
Yeah,
we know Nestor.
dude.
We went into like a whole lot of conversations with Nestor, like memories and stuff like that. Yeah, with her, essentially, it's just gonna be. It'll be like just like a straight, ask questions and stuff like that, and it's gonna be pretty fun. And I also want Mercedes. I want him to be on as well. He's a really cool guy, and I feel that'd be a pretty cool guest. I don't know if you guys have any like anyone in mind that anyone else. I mean, I'm sure we could find plenty of other people.
No,
yeah.
We'll always run into people. I mean, obviously,
we're glad to be on.
Because like. Nestor was kind of. We didn't even know.
I was kind of set. Like last minute, I set that up, and
Tony pulled that out of his ass.
Yeah. That was cool. He's like, "Oh yeah, Nestor's gonna be on." That was that was pretty cool though. So
yeah,
we have to get more people. It'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, it's been a lot hot here in Vegas.
It's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
It has been so damn hot. It is just, oh God. I remember it being, was it this hot last year? Around this time?
You know what? The one thing I'm going to say is like every year we're going to say, was it that hot last year? Like every year seems to be getting hotter.
Yeah.
Like you're like, man, this is the hottest I've ever seen it. And you're like,
I think I'm the most unhealthy right now. So like I am sweating like, consistently outside versus like last year. I remember being outside and like, I remember it being hot. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fucking hot out there. But like, I wasn't drenched in sweat after I went outside, like I do now. So it's pretty. I don't know if maybe it is hotter, but people are saying it's about the same. Maybe even a little not as hot.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe because last year we were all really because around this time we were getting ready to go to Kyle's
we're going up to Reno. And it was a lot cooler there.
Yeah, and plus I think we weren't like we were just more like looking forward to like, oh, we're getting out of Vegas, we're going to go, to Reno and all that shit. So
because much as tourists love to come to Vegas, locals love to get out of Vegas.
yeah. And it's weird because I feel like we're just finally we have that trip like hangover. Like, because I know Louis and I left in like the middle of June, and we came back. Then a week later, we all left.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and
then we just recently left again. And
it's
been a whole lot
like
of vacation.
most of July was just either here or not.
Yeah.
End of June, crazy.
Yeah.
But the National Weather Service said in Elko County tonight, there's a place called Wild Horse. It's out there. They might see freezing temperatures tonight.
Really?
Which is freaking crazy to think about that.
Summer.
We're dying back here. And over there, they're like, well, it might freeze. And they're like, really?
That's, you know what, dude? Like, honestly, like, everyone thinks I'm so weird, but that I miss the snow, dude. I miss the cold. Like, that's the one thing that I miss the most is just, like, we used to get up, get ready to go to school. You walk out at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like -5 out.
Yeah.
And the cold air just hits you like a brick wall.
Yeah. Like,
all right.
Freezes everything in your nose.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, I miss that, dude. I miss the cold.
That? Oh, man.
I miss the cold so much.
I'm not a big fan of this heat, but I'd be okay if it was like 75 year round.
Oh, well, that's what you had in California.
Yeah, I could live with 75 year round. Well, I don't know. Inland where my dad lives, it gets hot.
Yeah, because then they say
they don't run the AC, so it's cooks in there quite well.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's not good. Like, you know what? This house, it gets pretty cool. It gets pretty cool.
It gets really cold at night, yeah.
Do you get?
No, it does, because I see this guy wrapped up in a blanket, and I'm like, damn.
Every once in a while, though, but then I just grab my raccoon, dude. And I'm good.
Because my room gets hot, and then if I have the meat sweats or been drinking a lot, it's even hotter in there. I'm like, I might just go sleep out there on the floor. I mean, go sleep on the floor.
I do like. No, but I do like at night though, because like I get to use my blanket because it's like it's cool now. Finally cooled down enough to where. But man, during the day, like you can feel it on my wall. You can put your hand on the wall, and it is like burning. Your hand will get burnt almost.
And it's funny because lately I go to bed and I don't put a blanket on me because I'm too hot. I can't. Yeah. But then I wake up and one of the blankets on my bed is just covering not my leg, just covering my chest.
Yeah.
Then I take it off. I'm like, why am I doing that? Then I fall back asleep and I wake up and the blanket's back on.
Well, dude, you can't come out here, dude. This is me and Tywin, dude. This is our
place. This is chill zone.
Yeah.
Tywin is just fully accepted.
To be fair, he doesn't sleep at night.
Dude,
he's a night crawler, man.
I swear to God,
you need to get on his schedule.
Dude, there's sometimes like he'll wake me up, and I've always heard like when cats cry, like it sounds like a baby. That Tywin sounds like a possessed baby.
That's fucking terrifying.
So, man,
I'm telling you guys, we just gotta. You can't let him sleep during the day. Like anytime, all of us are here. One of us has to at least wake his ass up and then just be like, "No, you can't sleep. You can't sleep.
Wake up, gato."
Yeah. All right. So you guys want to jump in on it?
Let's dive into some topics.
All right. So I have one that I like. I don't even know my answer, but it's your guys' favorite fast foods. Your fast food joints. Like what would be your guys' like go to like all the time? You just love to eat, and I don't know. It came to mind the other day when I was driving past Chick-fil-A. I was like, man, Chick-fil-A is fucking amazing, but I was like, is it my favorite though? And I was like, I don't know. So what do you guys think? What's your guys' favorite fast food?
I think McDonald's.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, I think like it's just the one you can go to and it's going to taste the same no matter what.
Like yeah, I guess the flavor really never changes.
It doesn't.
McDonald's,
but I wouldn't be able to.
I don't know.
We can't eat it every day, but like if I'm in an area and there's nothing else around, I don't know the area. If I see the Golden Arches, I'm like, I'm set. We're good. I can at least get a burger there. I can get some fries, get that delicious Coke, and I'm good to go. Like
that's true.
Yeah, it's one of those that's because I grew up in Germany, and that was one of those things too. Like you'd be somewhere and you just see the Golden Arches, and my dad would be like, "Hey, we're gonna get McDonald's." You're like, "Yeah," because I know that. I know what that is. Like,
yeah,
I can no matter what part of the world I'm in. If I see the Golden Arches, that just means I could go in there and probably get a burger.
You get a Big Mac, man. You can always get a Big Mac. I don't know. Is Cane's considered fast food?
That's what I was gonna like. I would think so because I was gonna ask about like is Cafe Rio Like on
I don't know, because my
definition.
definition of fast food is different than everybody else's. So I guess we all have to determine what our definition of fast food would be.
I would say anything with the drive-through, right? Because drive-through is like
Would be, yeah.
because essentially it's making it your food fast, so you can drive through. Yeah, I like Cane's a lot, but I don't know if I could say that's my favorite. Chick-fil-A is really, really good. I like Chick-fil-A's breakfast, man. Oh, man, it's the best. I don't know if you guys have had it. But, ooh, it's delicious. And then what else is there? Well, there's In-N-Out. I don't know if you guys like In-N-Out.
You know what, dude? I am going to say this opinion. I'm going to say
he's going to make a statement.
And it's going to be a hot take because I know fucking In-N-Out, everyone loves it, but I think In-N-Out is highly overrated.
I will slightly agree with you.
I think
I've seen articles that say that. I don't think so.
It's not overrated?
I just think what it is it's one of those things you can't get everywhere. So the people on the East Coast come in, that's just what they you can't get everywhere. So that's just what they do.
Yeah, I crave it sometimes, don't get me wrong.
Because the burgers are fresh. Yeah. Everything's fresh. They don't freeze anything.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know. I just think it's overrated. I think a lot of people just make a big deal out of it, and it's really not. And another thing that's overrated, Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh, what's it fine?
Overrated, dude. Overrated.
They're not the best flavor. They're not the best flavors. But
it depends on which ones you get. There's only two kinds I like, and that's pretty much it. But
which ones are they again? What are the names?
The lemonade ones are really good because it tastes like eating lemonade. I don't know how that makes sense. And then there's these caramel delights that are amazing. Like I know when we get those, we get 6-7 boxes here when we get the caramel delights because they go quick.
Yeah, you and Luis, man, you just go through those pretty quick.
Cynthia's our crack dealer for that kind of stuff.
Luis got like a sweet tooth.
Dude, Luis got the biggest sweet tooth. That guy's always getting like some kind of cookies, some kind of candy or something.
I can't gain a pound to save his life. He cannot work out for 2 years and not gain weight.
Dude, I don't know, man. He's getting stronger though.
What's the difference between getting stronger and getting fat? I get fat.
We worked out. When was it? It was while you guys were gone. Monday and Tuesday. We went to go work out, and dude, Louis throwing up some weight, man.
And it's a lot more than I remember. We were starting out with bar and a couple of plates, small, but it's getting better.
You guys are getting up there, man.
The one thing I did learn is that on days off I can lift more than I can on.
You can?
I can, yeah. Because now that we switched doing bench on Mondays, it just I sit at home. I'm more energized. I didn't work 8 hours. I can go and I can just put up more.
Yeah,
about 50 pounds more, but.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Kill yourself, man. You're crazy.
Sorry, we went off topic there, but favorite fast food. Does it have to be a like a national kind of?
No, because you can say like Whataburger from Texas. That's not a national.
Because Cane's I don't think Cane's is it Cane's like a.
It's out of Louisiana, but I don't think they have a lot of like in Southern California. No one I know of heard of Cane's because I don't think they've entered that market.
No.
But besides going off of this fast food thing, so Tony, do you feel like In-N-Out is fast food? Do you not? You don't think it's fast food? Why not? Why not?
My thing is. Now, some people say, well, Burger King should be in this because Burger King, you wait for your burger.
Yeah.
But the way they make it's a little bit different, and most of their stuff is not fresh.
Burger King?
Yeah, Burger King, and a lot of it's not. It's frozen.
Well, what about Wendy's? Wendy's doesn't freeze their food, right?
They don't. And some of their food is... But the reason I never... is because there was a few times in Southern California where I go to a Wendy's and order a burger, and they just hand it to me like instantly. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Like...
Yeah.
And what it was is, yes, it was fresh, but they were making them and putting them under heat lamps. So it was. So a lot of their stuff was like it was made fresh, but it wasn't made fresh to order. But there were like Fuddruckers. I don't consider fast food.
Well, I don't either. They don't
because
at least around here they don't have any like drive-through.
Because you have to. Well, even the Fuddrucker in Southern California has a drive-through, but to me, it's fast food. To me, has always been McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Places like Whataburger, Fuddruckers, In-N-Out. Yes, are they fast food? Some people like them because they fall in that same category. But to me, it's like, have you ever gone to In-N-Out and got your burger instantly? Even in a drive-thru, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
To me, it's always like, to me, fast food is you get it fast. No, the name is In and Out. You're supposed to go in and out, but
Yeah,
but
I guess.
but I've never gone in then out. It's always in and then 20 minutes then out. You get there and you're like, all right, your order number 83, and they're like 72 your orders, and it's like, okay, so I got a while before my number is coming up. So yeah, so Whataburger, Fuddruckers, In and Out, I don't consider fast food.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like to me. It's just because they take their time making the product, so that's not a fast food restaurant.
What else is around here? Yeah, because there's the Wendy's up the street.
I wouldn't even consider Cafe Rio fast food.
It's not.
No,
Yeah, to me,
Rio
and it might fall under that category, but to me, that's not fast food. Chipotle to me is not fast food.
What about Panda Express? Is that considered fast food?
When it first started, no, it was like an actual sit-down restaurant. I think now it's. But again, I think we're going off our own opinions. I guess if we went on Wikipedia, they're probably all lumped under fast food.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
It's probably you go in. If it takes less than 30 minutes to get your meal, then that's probably what's.
Would you
lumped
consider
under.
like fast food being like on the same equivalent as like mall food? Like you go to the food court at a mall.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all fast food, if it's like McDonald's, no.
Because Panda's there and
Panda is there.
Panda's there. Sbarro, which you'll only find at malls and airports.
Yeah, Sbarro's are just. Yeah.
Sbarro actually makes some really good pizza. It's not bad.
They make good. What are those?
Scrombolis?
Scrombolis, yeah. The Scrombolis are really fucking good from there.
You need long arms, dog. Or scoot back. No, it's just. I guess we'll probably get people saying, "No, this is fast food. This isn't fast food." But there's some things I just. And Panda's a weird one because it's like a buffet, but you're not serving yourself.
No, yeah.
I'll take some of that. I'll take some of that.
And then it sucks because it's 50-50 because either you'll get the worker there who's like, "Oh fuck it," and just like give you
it all.
yeah. You want this, all right. And then you get the
You get the corporate stooge just
Yeah.
scraping it off.
Scraping it off. You know what? I've had a person do that. Dude. Yeah. Like I got some not orange chicken, but some kind of chicken, and scooped it on there. Scoops it on there, and goes and then just takes it and scoops it back. And I'm looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing?
You like put it on there, you can't take it back.
You can't take it, man. That would suck. I can't take that.
Let's see. You know what I really like, and they don't. I think it's maybe like in Idaho and like northern Nevada is Arctic Circle.
Oh yeah, Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle
good back,
is
back
really
in
good.
Idaho.
Arctic Circle and Burger Stop.
Burger Stop.
Burger Stop was.
I wouldn't consider that.
No, that's not fast food either because.
But it was good though when we had it.
It is.
I didn't have it, but you guys.
Oh,
did.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wouldn't lump that under fast food because it takes time to make that burger.
But from what I remember having when I had it before, like it was delicious as fuck.
It's really good.
But yeah, I don't know if I consider that fast food. It's good though. It's a good burger.
Because it's funny how some people will.
Fucking up our shit, man.
Tywin's just
that's Tywin.
Yeah, you don't see him, but he's messing around behind the scenes here. He's security and he's not doing a good job. But it's like people will. What is your take on sit-down restaurants? Is there a different version of sit-down restaurant? Would you consider like a restaurant inside the Bellagio the same as an Applebee's? They both sit down, but how do you categorize them? Because you might say, well, they're all sit-down. Well, of course. McDonald's could be a sit-down restaurant. We sit down and eat our food. But if you wanted to go that route. But
yes, it could be, yeah.
I wouldn't lump Applebee's
with those. No.
With those restaurants because it's a different kind of environment.
There's a name for like Applebee's, Chili's, Outback. There's like a name for them. Like,
damn, I don't know.
It's not like I was gonna say corporate sit down, but no, it's like a.
It's more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not real fancy, It's more of a.
Yeah, it's just like
casual dining.
Yeah, and they're everywhere.
Yeah, because they're franchises.
Yeah, there you go. They're franchises.
But I heard they're closing like 100 more IHOPs than Applebee's.
Are there? I really like Applebee's.
Millennials are not attending these places.
Fuck, they did weird fucking things up.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Applebee's. Every time we go to the one up here up the street, man, that one always messes me up. And the food is never like it looks good, but it just never is good.
I really love Applebee's, dude. Applebee's is so cool.
I think I remember about Applebee's. I think it was the day before we go in the jackpot, and Luis ordered that margarita with the Corona in it.
Oh,
and he barely finished it because he doesn't drink. He couldn't drive home. It was too much for him. He's just like,
had to drive home.
Maggie had to drive home. He's like, you know what I'm feeling? This guy's I can't drive. Okay.
That's crazy.
But no, Chili's to me, some of those that I'm a healthy eater. You know, I eat a lot. I think sometimes
healthy when you eat a lot, or you're a hearty eater.
Yeah,
hearty, man. Hearty.
Sometimes portions too. Like you go in there, and it's like 6-ounce steak, and you're like, oh, that's not a whole lot of steak. It's like I could buy
2 for $20. They give you like small portions there.
Yeah. It's like oh, okay, you know. But sometimes that's okay.
I don't know. See, I like Chili's. I like Chili's a lot, but Applebee's, man. Every time I go there, it's just I'm just never happy. I guess I always feel bad after.
I just always because that movie Waiting is kind of based on like those Applebee's Chili's. But the funny part is like I always kind of imagine like when people get pissed off like that one dude in the movie like what are you like when he's at like he's like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna mail me a damn Sunday? Oh, yeah. I want it now, god damn it.
Yeah, that movie's fucking hilarious. But
I remember I was in a restaurant in Twin Falls one time. It was me and my mom. We ordered breakfast. And I think it was a local restaurant, but it was close to the mall. But it was like, and I remember, we sat there for a while. And then at one point I was just like, man, would the fucking cook die or what the fuck? Like, what's taking long? And then the manager came over. We apologize, but our cook quit. He's currently not here. We're getting somebody in right now. And I'm like,
okay. But you're gonna give this food free?
But they gave us like 10% off or something like that.
10% off. That's it.
How long did you guys wait?
We were there for a while.
Fuck that, dude.
I can't do that.
Kind of like on topic, but not on. Have you guys ever walked out? Like either because service is so shitty, or it's just like.
I've walked
out. Are you talking about Dine and Dash or?
No, not Dine and Dash.
I Dine and Dash.
You Dine and Dash?
Mind you, it wasn't like we didn't get our food or anything like that. But what ended up happening is it was New Year's Eve, and we got fucked up, man. Like we were so drunk on New Year's Eve that on New Year's Day, all we wanted to do, like hungover as fuck. It was me, Maggie, Cynthia, and Miguel. We just wanted to find somewhere to eat breakfast, so we were like, well, there's an IHOP up the street, whatever. Let's just go to the IHOP. We went to the IHOP, and it was fucking packed. It was New Year's, and we should have expected that, but they came up to us and like, "Oh, use my table." We're like, yeah, we'll take a table, and we got a table. We sat down, and they brought us drinks, and then that was the last time we saw the server. And we were there for like it had to have been like an hour and a half. We were fucking hungover. We're just like, dude, this is the fucking worst. And then they're like, "Oh, should we pay for our soda?" I was like, "Fuck no, dude, let's just go." We just got up and left.
Damn, man.
Well, because they never came back. Yeah. So like, fuck them, dude.
The girls never came. The girls never came.
We were there. After that, we went like up the street to a Blueberry Hill, and they did a really good job. They like it was packed there too, but like they were on their shit too. They got to us. We ordered really fast. They got us out really fast. Yeah, it was cool. It's just that fucking IHOP, man. They just didn't give two shits, man.
No, I went to a Chili's in Southern California one time, and I waited forever. No one came over. And then I wasn't super rude. I was just kind of like, hey, what's the deal? Like, I've been here, we're really short-staffed. And it just went on. I think what I ended up doing is I just didn't end up tipping them. I was like, you know what? I was like.
Actually,
I was like, this is.
Have you ever walked out or anything like that?
No, never walked out. Well, I don't know if it's walking out. Me and Frost one time went to Sonic in Twin, and we went. We went through the drive-thru, and they wouldn't like take our order. We're like, hello, and we can hear them, and they wouldn't. So we started cussing like, well, fuck you guys, and then we just kind of drove off. But no, I've never because usually I had never had like fucking bad service. I've had a couple of times where like the waiter comes up, and I think it's kind of because we worked and like we've done like food and beverage shit. So I mean we know like sometimes the waiter's gonna have a shit day or anything, but there's been times where like, man, dude, I know you're having a shit day, but man, come on, don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We used to go to Del Taco. I actually went to that one recently when I was in Southern California. We used to go on the graveyard shift because I worked graveyard. We get lunch from there. And there was a lady that worked there where we knew English wasn't her first language. And man, it was bad every single time. She couldn't understand what you were ordering. You get your bag and it was just completely wrong. And one time I finally got fed up and I was like, I'm going to call the corporate office. Like, this is ridiculous. I was like, every single time we come here, but one of the guys in the car was like, no, you know about karma. You get her in trouble, you'll get in trouble. And I was like, no, because this is bullshit. Every single time we come here, she can't get her order right. We get up to the window and she's like, what did you order? I don't. And it's like, but then I found out one time they went and I didn't go. And one of the guys just tore a new one through the speaker. And just like laid into her.
God.
And I was like, man, that's good. He's like, yeah, he said he was finally fed up and just.
And that's the day Tony bought his first "Make America Great" hat again. He was tired of dealing with the shit.
But I'm just like, to me, just if maybe.
If you have to chuckle before you say something, it's gonna be a little problematic. So what is it?
No, I'm just saying, if you have a hard time understanding someone, maybe you need to get a different job.
Here we go.
It's gonna work.
Maybe if you don't know English, you shouldn't. Fuck that shit.
Calm down.
That's so stupid. But no, luckily I've never had like bad service.
No, you were a server. Were you ever bad?
I was not. I was a busser. A stalker, and then when I worked at Pancho Villa's, I was a bartender. And at Pancho Villa's, because it's in the horseshoe, it's like really slow, so I had to go do cocktails. And and I don't know if they were fucking with me, but they told me, all right, you got to go out there and like say cocktails, and like I was like,
cocktails,
yeah. And I thought you just go out there and be like, oh, would you guys like a drink? Anyone want a drink? Just like that. But no, they like told me, so I had to go there. And then apparently one time my mom came to visit me, and I didn't know they were there, and they saw me making a margarita. And then she said, like, you would never be a bartender because you move so slow. Because I was just like grabbing the thing, just like mixing it, and like, making sure everything's like, nah.
It probably tasted delicious, but it took a really long time to fucking make. Well, it might have been the wedding. Yeah, it was the wedding. When we all went to go eat at the one place in Reno.
Yeah, was it the Aquarius, right?
Is that what it was? It was like a little.
Because the restaurant inside.
Exactly. So we all eating there, and I think me, Tolly, and Maggie ended up showing up late or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So we got our food late, and you guys ended up paying and ended up going. And we were still finishing our food, and then we finished our food, and then no one came back to us. Like no one ever came like back to
give you your check,
give us our check. And we were like, and we were there for real. Like it was so long that me and Tolly had fallen asleep, and Maggie was finally like she was on her phone. Finally, she like woke us up, and we're like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like why haven't they brought it? And then like we just came to the realization, it's like they probably thought we paid with you guys, and like
because we'd already left. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Oh no, yeah. And so we was like, fuck it, dude. If they're not gonna come back, let's just go. So we got up and left. But I mean, we were there for like it had to have been an hour, maybe even longer, and no one ever came back to give us our checks or anything like that.
Damn.
So that was the other time I walked out. But other than that, no, I've never like walked out with shitty service or anything like that. I never was like a dick or anything like that. It's just normal. I
think the one thing I remember is Twin Falls actually used to have 2 sit-down Pizza Huts.
Yeah.
They don't anymore. From what I understand, there might be the other one, but I didn't see it. But it was me, Luis, and somebody else. We went to the one on Blue Lakes. It was super busy. So we're like, screw this. We'll go to the one. I don't remember where the other one was at, but
it's on Addison, I think.
And yeah, so we went to that one. It was super even busier.
Fuck.
We came back to the one on Blue Lakes, and when we got there, she's like, all right, your table's ready. It's right over here. She didn't even notice that we left and came back.
God damn.
I was like,
that busy?
Yeah, it was that busy. She never even noticed that we left, came back. And she's like, all right, your table's ready.
Lucked out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to that pizza and Twin for, I think it's the only place I've ever found taco pizza. And I can't believe you guys never had it, but like if we have any listeners, I know like maybe if my cousins listen, like Stephanie or Michael or Jason, like taco pizza was what we fucking lived on it, like at my grandma's house. Like when they would go to Pizza Hut, my grandma would make sure that my aunt or whoever was there would order a taco pizza and take it home for us. Fuck, dude, that was the best shit in the world, dude.
Taco pizza.
Speaking of sit-down pizza, do you remember the one in Elko being all you could eat for lunch?
What?
So you could go there, and I think it was like 11 to 2, but they would bring out the pizzas, and they put it on like a buffet-style table, and they would just say warm there, and then it was all you could eat Pizza Hut.
Damn,
Just like
dude.
CC's?
Yeah,
Sort
just
of
like
a
CC's, yeah. But it
Oh,
was
dude,
a pizza.
CC's is fucking gross,
Right?
dude.
Every time I had, because we have like down the street on
I
Trop.
don't know, it's not terrible to me. Me and
It's
Luis
not-
eat there a few times.
It's not terrible, but I remember when they opened one when I first went to Vegas in 2008. They opened one down because we lived on like Maryland Parkway and like by St. Rose. So like if you take Maryland Parkway down, I think it's like on Silver.
No, I know where that one's at. Me and Luis go to that one because
Yeah.
I think the school district has an office there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Jorge, and our other roommates went there when they first opened. And I guess when it first opened, like you don't know what to expect, so it was all right. But then after a while, I was like, dude, this is
And that one's actually the better of the two, the
not
one
the
farther
best.
away.
Yeah.
Because me and Luis went to that. We've gone to that one a few times. Because sometimes for lunch it'd be like $3.99. You just have to buy a drink. So he has to go to the school district office, and we'll come out of there and we'll go straight to the. But then one time after the gym, I had a coupon or something, like a free adult meal or something. So we went to the one off of what's that, Tropicana and or Pecos or whatever.
Tropicana and
Tropicana Eastern.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah.
So we went there, and it's like 5 o'clock at night, and it looked dark as hell. And they're like, it's like they decided not to turn all the lights on. Little mocosos running around doing anything they want. I'm like, man, I prefer to drive farther and go to the other location. It's way
No,
better.
yeah. Dude, the one right there is fucking terrible, man. The time I went, it was.
Bubble guts.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Mud
man.
butt, dude. Mud butt.
Without a doubt, that place will always
Yeah.
give you that.
Would you guys consider Roberto's fast food?
Oh,
No.
Fuck. Yeah.
But to be fair, Roberto's is only good if you've been drinking a lot.
Roberto's is you can only have it when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the very first lesson I learned when I moved to Vegas. It's like, thou shalt not eat at Roberto's if your blood alcohol level is below. So yeah.
Don't eat there sober.
Which is crazy because yesterday, that's when we ended up going out to eat because we were all fucked up and Mercedes and his girl Angela they love Roberto's. Like they'll go there sober and I'm just like,
God bless them.
I know, right?
They must have
It's like-
iron stomachs.
Not only that though, like they can eat it for lunch and dinner. Like
Oh.
they have it, like multiple times. And I'm just like, oh no. Like
We need to get Mercedes on and ask him why.
we gotta
what's
get
going on
my
here,
answer.
man?
So Roberto's, what's going on?
Have you had tacos or gordo?
Do you have stock in Roberto's? Yeah. You got a little money in that place?
You guys ever seen Clerks?
Yeah.
Remember when he's selling the gum?
Yeah.
His cigarettes are bad the whole time he's like getting paid. Fucking shout out to Jorge Martinez. I hope he listens to this. But one time we went to Roberto's. It was me, him, our roommates, Ishmael, Faustino, and we were there ordering at Roberto's, and it's the one on Cactus, I think. So it's on that side of town, and we were just all drunk, and we were ordering our shit, and then Jorge just goes up to the soda fountain, sticks his head underneath it, and just like pushes the Pepsi, and just chugs the shit out of it like it was spit. And they had it like, sir, and like, we're like, Jorge, knock it off.
Was he pretty fucked up?
Oh, dude, it was so funny, man.
That's fucking awesome. No, yeah, I regretted it the moment I got home. I was like, why did I do that? I regretted it this morning, man.
Yeah. And what sucks,
Blew it
like,
up.
you can brush your teeth afterwards and go to bed, and you'll still wake up with that fucking
With that
Roberto's taste.
Roberto
dude.
taste.
Luis thinks I'm brave because whenever I go to Roberto's, I get the shrimp
Yeah,
burrito.
you're fucking
Oh,
He's like,
crazy.
man, you're crazy.
You're
I was like,
fucking crazy.
when you're drunk, that shrimp burrito is amazing.
You're
Big old pieces of shrimp. It's delicious.
Oh, dude, you're
gambling,
insane.
man.
Yeah, dude.
You're a
gambling,
man.
Exactly. You know what I was gonna say is we should Mercedes. I'm gonna get you to try tacos al gordo, and then you'll know what's delicious.
But even Los Tacos, to be fair, man.
Yeah, Los Tacos probably be helpful. Anything not Roberto's, because it was not the best.
Kind of on the same topic. I taught a white boy today what chorro was.
Oh,
Yeah. How does that conversation even show up?
Well, because we were talking at work because one of our coworkers, her sister just had a baby, and then Grandma today was making a big pot of pozole, and they were talking about the salsa she makes is very spicy. I was like, is it one of those salsas that give you chorro? And because she's Spanish, like, she starts laughing. And then the other guy at work is the white guy, but he's married to a Mexican woman. He's like, churro? What does it have to do with churros? And I was like, oh. So I had a whole conversation of, it's chorro, but chorro is actually when you put your finger over the hose and it's a spraying. It's actually called diarrhea in Spanish because I've been yelled at for calling it chorro. We had a whole conversation about and I said, when you get home, just tell your wife, hey man, I got chorro. But he can't roll his R's, so he said it'd be really hard.
Chorro.
I got chorro.
It might be an unwritten rule or something, but like if you're white, you marry into a Mexican family, you become Mexican. Like I think that's the way my dad is. My dad is like he can't speak Spanish, but he can understand everything, and he makes way better salsas than my mom.
Yeah.
My grandma taught him how to cook and shit, dude.
That's awesome.
So I think and that's what I was thinking is maybe that's what's gonna happen to Kyle. Kyle's just gonna
a renowned chef.
We're gonna go to Oliva's house and say, "Oh, Kyle's making pozole right now."
Kyle's,
You're gonna cheat it. That'd be fucking awesome.
Making beans.
Fuck, you got yelled at for saying chorro?
In Jackpot. I won't mention the person that yelled at me, but I remember because I know a lot of Spanish from you guys.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of I just knew that diarrhea was chorro. That's what it was. It was English was diarrhea, and in Spanish you had chorro.
Yeah.
And then I remember going up, and they're like, the lady's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "My stomach hurts. I've had chorro all day." She's like, "No, it's chorro. It's diarrhea. Okay, don't use the word chorro." And I was like, "Okay." And then later I asked, I was like, "Then what the hell does chorro mean?" And then I think it was Hagi or somebody was like, "Oh, chorro is when you put your finger over the hose and it sprays." The reason they say you have chorro is because when you go.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's why it's called chorro or chorriendo when you push on. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, I just thought the Spanish word for diarrhea was chorro.
Oh, that's what you just gotta say. Ay, la panza.
That's how it was when I had Roberto's and shit.
Ay, como de
Shit.
But no, that's.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
But yeah, explaining what chorro was. This is a weird conversation to have.
Now, seeing that we're on the topic of Mexicans, let's bring up one person who loves us to death, and that's fucking Trumpito. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think this is not Trump, but what LeBron James did. He opened up that school.
Yeah. What was it called?
I don't want to say it's not Dreamers, is it?
No, it's not Dreamers. It's like something used it. See, let me feel.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
LeBron
James School right here. So news. Well, St. Vincent's is school, but we're looking for news of LeBron James. Opens elementary school. The GOAT, they call him here.
Yeah, you know what? I
greatest of all time, dude.
No,
he is.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
No.
Don't lie.
Jordan's better.
No.
No. Fighting words, dude. No, even LeBron James. Right here, look, there's a tweet from Michael Jordan. He says right here, "You're better than me."
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That sounds so generic.
If he says it,
Jordan is prime against LeBron.
But
Jordan would whip his ass.
School? No,
the promise school.
Yeah,
there we go.
School.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
So basically, these kids get accepted into the school, and they get a bike and a helmet, free uniforms, free breakfast, free lunch,
free tuition.
If you graduate, you get full ride to Akron. So basically, what LeBron is doing, he is giving back. LeBron is giving, and he had an interview with Don Lemon, a CNN contributor, anchor, and they were talking about it. And seeing now that we live in probably the weirdest, most I would say awkward time, but even then, that's making awkward look bad. We're just we're in the twilight zone. Is probably the best way to explain it. Because LeBron James said that Donald Trump is dividing the country, which he is. I mean, come on.
He said he's dividing the country using sports.
Using sports, yeah. Because he said that he said, look at NASCAR, they all stand for the anthem, and you don't have to be. I mean, any person can see NASCAR. The majority of its fan base, it's white, conservative, right? And he's using it compared to the NFL, which is 70% black, the NBA, which is like 80% black. So I'm already starting to. I'm losing my buzz, getting pissed off. But so LeBron said he's using sports to divide us. And today, I believe it was today, Donald Trump tweeted out that Don Lemon interviewing LeBron James is like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, he said not smart Don Lemon or something like that. He's making LeBron James look smarter or something like that.
And you know what? Don Lemon came back. This was probably one of the greatest comebacks. And it goes to show you how much of a piece of shit Donald Trump is. He came back and he said, LeBron is putting kids in school, in college. You're putting kids in cages. Like, come on. Like, there we go. That's the internet was one that day, dude. Like fucking Don Lemon. It just goes to show you how. But you know what? Enough time talking about that fucking piece of shit. I want to talk about what LeBron James did. Maybe there's always going to be a debate of like on the court who's the best, but like off the court, this guy. I don't think there can be anyone better than what he's doing. He is giving back. People say don't look to sports guys as your role models because a lot of them fuck up and they're all human, But this guy, you haven't heard anything like nothing bad from him. He looks very like straight and narrow, and I really don't think you should look up to. I mean, you can look up to sports guys, but maybe not idolize them as much. But he is making it hard for that my point of view to actually work because LeBron James is, from everything so far, is a pretty standout guy.
Humble guy, man. Giving back. That's fucking awesome, man. He's a great guy, dude. It's cool. This little thing's cool. I haven't really got to read a whole lot into it, but I saw. Obviously that was big old headlines. But Donald Trump tweeted out. It was funny because another one that popped up on my feed was that even Ivanka even called him out for like saying she was on the LeBron James side. Or,
his wife.
Melania. Sorry, Melania. She was like, because she's all like for like no bullying and stuff like that, and like essentially was just being a bully,
Yeah.
And like so she was like, I'm on LeBron James. I don't know like what she said, but she's like, I would like to see this school and I want to see how it is and how it's going to be and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Which is really cool.
Yeah,
really cool. I really when I saw what he was doing, it's really cool. And then the funny part of this whole thing was like when they started making memes about it. Like they're showing like upset LeBron. Like there's one picture like when LeBron's showing like to J.R. Smith when he's like like this is like imagine you walk into the principal's office and LeBron James is asking about your GPA. It's like why is it this low?
That's funny.
Those memes were really really funny.
That's cool.
I just wanted to bring that up just because I try not to like when it comes to politics, everyone has their own your own beliefs and everything. I'm not trying to push trying to push my beliefs on people. Like you do your research, educate yourself. Don't just listen to me. Don't listen to you read a newspaper and shit like that. But I think when it comes down to it, when it's this it's just this black and white. Like one dude is putting kids through college and all that and trying to make the world a better place, and the other guy is the other fucking animal is putting kids in cages. It just kind of goes to show you how anything anything that piece of shit says,
Well, his base will go for anything he says.
Yeah,
because they're already so deep into it that they will follow anything he says.
Yeah,
he's made all his promises in the beginning, and none of them come through. But I think what it is people are going to ride with him until the end. They're going to ride no matter what he does. There's going to be those. Now, don't get me wrong. There's probably some people who turned around and are like, "Hey, wait a minute. this is not the guy I voted for. But you can say about a lot of politicians, because a lot of politicians spoke like, hey, wait a minute, this guy came out. But
I don't know. For as much shit as Donald Trump gets, I'm always gonna go back to it. Like when Obama was president, like we didn't give two shits what was going on, man. Like we didn't fucking talk about politics. We didn't think about it. We didn't fucking dissect everything. Now, like he's brought it back up. Like now, people are actually fucking looking to see what the hell is going on. And I think that's better for the fucking country.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, the way he did it is fucking terrible. I mean, people really like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna be running the country. Like, no, I want to see what he's actually doing. Which, granted, I don't feel like a lot of the shit I don't think he's behind a whole lot of stuff that gets done. Obviously, it's his team. He's got a pretty big team that's like calling a lot of the shots, doing like the whole thing with the kids being in cages and stuff like that. Like per se, do we know if that was him or like it was Jeff Sessions? Because we know that Jeff Sessions, like that guy's fucking strong with like immigration and stuff like that. And maybe it seems like those two guys aren't always on the same page. Like maybe it was Donald Trump told me, well, let's separate the children, or maybe it's just Jeff Sessions on his end just doing his shit, and Donald Trump just happens to be over him, or it's umbrella over him. But I don't know. I can't give Donald Trump props because obviously the guy's a fucking idiot. The guy's just like that guy'll say whatever, and like essentially it just seems like it's a guy that just wants to stay in the spotlight, and he just likes the cameras on him, likes the, like,
and there's enough people,
show.
no matter what he says, again, that are just going to be like, yeah, he's speaking his mind. It's like, no, this is not what we're,
Yeah.
But I think the next thing that could possibly, I'm not saying it is going down, but I think the next thing what will happen would be, midterms election comes, let's say, all of a sudden now the House and Senate are controlled by the Democrats again. And now what's going to happen is his base is going to say, well, he could never get anything done. All because the Democrats wouldn't let him do any of it. So I'm pretty sure when he gets to his last season or final term before re-election,
that's because what it is, it's a shit fucking reality show.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to say, well, the House and Senate didn't want to work with him on anything. Oh, well, that's just because they didn't want to work on it, and it's just like. And it's just like, I don't. But we'll have to see for those midterm elections.
For sure.
Because the nice part about our system is it is checks and balances.
No, yeah, and
he can't just start writing laws because there's rules against that.
And there's a reason why there's a left and there's a right. It's just to check one to check the other, and that's fucking awesome for the fact that we have our country running that way. But like right now, I'm sorry to say this, but our country is fucking doing great right now. And per se, it may not be him. It might not be because of him. It could be because of some of the stuff that Obama did. But like fuck, dude. Like job growth is as high as it's ever been. Like employment rate is as low as it's ever been. And you can't give him that. You can't like essentially say because I mean he, like I said, he's got a whole team behind him. There was obviously a president before him that made a whole lot of moves that could possibly have made that ball roll.
Yeah, he basically inherited a decent country.
We don't know that. Maybe some of the stuff he's done, like those tax cuts, like we don't know for sure if that's helped it or like did that really like make the ball rolling. We don't know. Like for sure, all we know is that it's doing really great right now. And one thing that I feel like might happen is because I mean he's gonna start campaigning for his to be reelected to go another 4 years, and I mean obviously his whole slogan was "Make America Great," and I think his next someone said it. I don't remember who was that said it, but his next slogan is going to be "Keep America Great."
Keep America
Great. Now, like essentially he's going to be saying like, keep me here. We'll be able to keep us up and going just like how it is, job growth and all that. Like it's going to be good. Like the economy is going to be still rolling and stuff like that. But the whole thing that's going to could happen is that that he's put his stamp on the economy doing so well, and his stamp on the stock being so good, so well that if it tanks or if it goes bad, like he's literally just he's sunk his ship. In which case, like it's going to be really hard for him to get reelected. But the only thing is,
I think it's going to turn crappy anyway. All those tariffs and stuff.
The only thing I think is going to happen is like I think it's going to keep doing well, but it's going to tank either at the end of his first 4 years, or it's going to happen like right after. In which case, he's already elected. He's going to be elected for another 4 years, and then like at that point, like we're stuck with him. But like it's just going to go bad. In which case, like everyone's gonna be like, well, what the fuck happened? Like, obviously, like a lot of this was all under you because you had a whole 4 years, and then this shit just goes down. But
yeah,
we don't know. Like, I don't want. I'm not gonna be here. I can't sit here and be like, well, I fucking hope it goes down because I hate him as a president. Like, no, I hope it goes bad. I don't want.
Yeah,
that. Fuck no. I want. It's good right now. Like, it's amazing right now. I want it to stay like this, but we
I don't
just
think
don't know
it will.
what's gonna happen.
I think the next few months it's going to start going down.
Next few months?
I think
in a few years.
A year.
The tariffs are bad. Other countries are going to start placing tariffs. Some companies are already saying that they might have to increase prices on certain items. And then remember, if you increase prices on stuff, people can't afford them. People aren't going to spend money.
So, but do you feel like we'll start sucking everything back? Like, well then we'll just start making our own shit.
I think China, and if you have to start making our own stuff, then it's going to get even more expensive.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but China, because he's already implementing tariffs on other countries, they're just doing the same to us now. They're like, well, okay.
See, that's just it, though. Like, and then, which is crazy to me because Reagan, like, one of his big things, Ronald Reagan, one of his things was like, if we outsource the jobs, it's going to be a lot cheaper for all of us, and it's going to be helpful for our economy because it's going to be cheap. And like, I don't know how the fuck he's like, how do you spin that to be like, well, what about the jobs here? Like, we're going to run out of, like, we're not going to have jobs here. But like apparently everyone ate it up, and obviously everything got outsourced. And now we're in a position where like, well, shit, we don't make any of our stuff. Like, can you imagine if China's like, well, we're just not going to start making. We're not going to make stuff.
We don't make. LG has a washer and dryer plant here in the U.S. So a lot of those are made here. BMW makes a lot of cars here. Toyota makes a lot of cars. So there's factories here. Obviously, companies are making stuff here.
There's
I think because I think a lot of people just we don't make anything. Well, that's straight up BS. But I think majority of stuff's not made here. But the problem is with the majority of stuff not being made here, if the country like China is like, well, and everything you import from us, we're going to start taxing, then people aren't going to want to buy because the stuff has gone up.
And see, and then when that goes up, and then say the economy goes down, what ends up happening is people were like, well, then I'm going to keep my money like close to my chest.
Of course,
Then that's exactly how a fucking economy works. Is if no money's being spent, then the economy is just going to go down. In which case, like shit will hit a wall eventually if people stop spending and people stop going out and essentially keeping the economy going.
But some of the articles I read, it's just there's some companies already saying that these tariffs are going to be bad, and it's going to start affecting. Even Target and Best Buy have come out and said, "Ooh, this might not be good," because because again, the U.S. imports more than it exports.
No, yeah,
we import more than anything else. It got to the point that we were importing so much product that the city of Elko was known as the Port of Elko because there were so many containers coming to the ports that they couldn't sort them in L.A. or Long Beach. Then instead of sorting them, they would just throw them on trains, send them to Elko, and Elko would start sorting them. Because we were importing so much stuff because hardly anything is made over here.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Everything gets
and that's why I'm afraid, like, I understand you want to put these tariffs and you want to start putting all these, like, no, anything that comes from those countries, and they're going to start doing the same. But I think that hurts our economy because we don't make stuff here. If we made stuff here, well, of course, that wouldn't be a big deal. Like, well, fine. Well, but, you know.
It's all like a flip coin because, like obviously, China makes a lot of their shit. So, like, China could be all high-minded and be like, all right, we'll fucking increase too, you know? But then, like, that's how they're getting their money is we're fucking buying all their shit. Yeah. So, like, it's going to hurt them. It just really depends on.
And it's just all a bunch of bullshit because his big thing was America first. You know, he really rode in on that nationalism wave. But, well, look, I know a few weeks back he was trying to help China with their ZTE because they made the ZTE phones. He's trying to help China with that, and then he was talking about North Korea about boosting their economy.
Yeah.
America first, my ass. What about the dirty water in Flint?
Oh yeah.
How is it that in a city in the United States there is not clean drinking water?
It's crazy.
And then what about in Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Puerto Rico, that one baffles me. I don't. Dude. But and also, I kind of feel like it's fucked up. Like with Puerto Rico, with Flint, Flint's a little different because Trump's like it's not his team. His team is to look out for the country, not to look out for like a city. That city should be getting taken care of by the state.
But by the state, yeah. But when it gets to that point where if the state's not doing what they can, the federal government needs to step in and be like, no, wait a minute. Yet you're a citizen of Flint, you're a citizen of the state of Michigan, but you're also a citizen of the United States. And if this problem isn't getting taken care of on a state level, on a local level, on a state level, the federal government needs to get involved. But you know why?
Yes, I don't know.
Because Flint is majority black. And I don't care. If people think I'm short-sighted or short-minded, maybe because I can see through the fucking bullshit. And racism, it boils down to racism.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm sure there's a lot of racism that's higher up in a lot of these governments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like because I'm not sure. I don't know a whole lot about Flint and what's going on, but a lot of the government's blue, right? Like they're all pretty progressive.
And you know what? That's another thing too. When it comes to dirty water and kids and people, water is essential for survival. Party politics should not. Well, I mean, I don't know.
To be fair, anyway.
let's live on soda. But like to be fair,
you can do that. But anyway, go ahead.
I hate having short arms because I can't fucking scratch my back.
Back scratches.
I do. To be fair, when it comes to people's their health, party politics should not be like. I'm not saying it should be involved, but it shouldn't play a part in that. It should be decent human fucking compassion, and saying like, I'm not going to let if I have the power to do something, not let these people fucking drink dirty water.
Well, I mean that dirty water was happening with Obama too, right? Like,
that's why the city of Flint wasn't doing anything about it. The state wasn't doing anything about it.
Yeah, that's why it should. But like, if it's America first, like he says, make America great again. Why not like get the federal here? No, we're going to fix this because in the United States. You should not have. We are not a third world country. You should not be drinking dirty water.
That's true.
And I'm sorry to bring it back to LeBron James, but LeBron James grew up poor. With his talent that he has, he worked his way up to being an exceptional athlete, an exceptional person, but by himself.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he might have had government assistance, but everything else he brought up on his own talent. And that is a Republican dream of a person. You grow up poor, you use your talents, you lift yourself up by your bootstraps, and you go to work, you make something out of yourself, and you give back. But why isn't he praised?
I don't know.
Because he's black. That's God-honest truth.
Could be.
No, could be or nothing, dude. Because if his name wasn't LeBron James and it was Michael Smith, generic white man name. If his skin pigment was lighter, he would be saying, "Look at this." You would have people on Fox News saying, "Oh, look at this exceptional athlete. He is giving back to his community. He is making sure kids embracing the future and having those kids being put in school and everything." Guarantee you.
You don't think they have? I'm sure they go. That's a really. I mean, obviously, it's all over the news right now. Like, that's a really big thing. Obviously,
no, yeah. But see, it's really big on on CNN or MSNBC or maybe even some local, not local, but newspapers who put away biases and talk about basic human compassion. Yeah, that's. But you're gonna hear that shit on. You're gonna hear a fucking Tucker. What's his name? Tucker Carlson. talk about this shit? You're gonna fucking Sean Hannity? You're gonna talk about no, fuck that, dude. Ah, goddamn.
It's different. I don't know. Now, also, when you bring it up Puerto Rico, like, yeah, dude, it's fucking insane how after all that shit that went down, like, there's still people that don't have like powers.
Yeah,
like they don't have shit hasn't been fixed up, and which is crazy. But I remember I was listening to a podcast and they came up with a pretty good point. Like, it's tough because like they're not considered a state, so like people just see it as like, oh, they're a territory that we own, which I mean they're part of the U.S., but people just see that and they're like, oh well, are they though? You know, then they're like, help doesn't get sent, and it's fucked up, man, because like, they are, they're part of our whole.
It's a
US.
territory of the U.S. They are us.
It's fucked up.
But to bring it back on making stuff in the U.S., there was a Business Insider article where they kind of broke it down to, hey, if we made this here, how much would it cost? So they broke it down. If you made an iPhone in the U.S., and this article is as of 2016, so it's a little bit old, but an iPhone made in the U.S. would retail for $2,000 if made in the U.S. They also said jeans, because in Bangladesh they could pay. Levi's pays an employee $1.80 an hour to make jeans. So an original fit, like the original Levi jeans, they run for about $128.
Instead of like the $40 or $50 we're paying.
But there's some jeans made in North Carolina are made in the U.S. One pair is $348.
Those are like top quality. Yeah.
Well, because they're made in the U.S. because you have to pay it. You can't pay an American worker $1.80.
See, but that's just it. Like, we're just fucking living off this luxury, thinking like, oh yeah, this is all good stuff. But like, think about it. This shit's fucking expensive. Like the shit inside this is expensive. Like, yeah. If it's gonna cost a lot, then fucking so be it. Start fucking cutting back, dude. Like, we don't fucking need all this stuff. We don't need fucking 50 iPads and 1,000 fucking MacBooks and a MacBook every year. Like, we don't necessarily need that.
Yeah, you know what? Kind of switching topics, staying on that kind of in the same field. I just paid off my my iPhone because I was making payments, and I just found out a couple days ago that's fully been paid off, and now it's not fucking working.
Dude, you have no fucking idea because I'm ready for an upgrade and my shit crapped out. Like, it was like a week ago. My shit just fucking froze on me. It's crazy because like it was the moment they asked if like I wanted an upgrade. Isn't that a fucking trip? It could be the biggest coincidence of our lives.
I don't know.
I get a new phone every year, so mine never crap out. So.
Fucking. It must be nice to have money, huh?
I know because I finance them, so all I do is I don't put any money down a lot of times. They hand me a new phone.
I restored mine and it's working fucking better than it was before. But no, still, I thought it was a weird thing that happened right after they asked if I wanted to upgrade.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like, I just finally like paid it off, and I've been thinking like, oh, maybe I'll get a new one or I'll. But in the meantime, I'll just keep it because I've had it. It's in like good shape. And then I'm trying to listen to my music and it's not playing, or like, and then like my memory is all full, and I'm like, no, it's not. I have like I don't use a lot of apps, and just
Have you went in your storage settings though?
Yeah, I've looked. Yeah,
dude, I didn't know.
You might have to factory reset it. That's what we fix it.
That's why I ended up doing mine to fix mine. But like, what ended up happening with mine was that like a lot of my storage was being taken up by podcasts. I didn't even know I was putting them on my phone. I thought I just was listening to them. But apparently, like, it fucking filled up my entire storage, and this is a 128, and it filled it all up.
Damn,
like,
dude.
I was up to like 2 gigs left. And I was like, "There's no fucking way! Like, how am I almost up to 128?" But it was because my phone was. I guess maybe I told it to do it. Like, it downloaded like a lot of the podcasts, and like I had like fucking. It was like 78 gigs of just podcasts, like old ass podcasts I didn't even need, but. Yeah, I don't know. With phones, they could be, man. For all we know, there was I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and he was talking about phones and like how so the top three selling phones are obviously Samsung's number one, so that's the most sold phone in the world. Number 2 is Huawei, which is a
Yeah, they
Chinese
just got
camera.
number 2.
Yeah, and then number 3 is Apple, and it's crazy because we can't get like most Huawei phones in
Not anymore. Yeah.
and here in the U.S. like you can't buy those, but it's crazy that they're number 2 because like they're like the best, like they have like fucking 40 megapixel cameras front and back, like their display is like fucking insane, like their battery life is like through the roof, like it's a fucking amazing ass phone, but like they don't sell it here in the U.S. because the government essentially stops them from selling it here because they believe that it's being ran by a communist company.
Because I think it's owned by the government in China.
They say China's.
Yeah, and every phone would have something bugged.
So they think they believe that it would get bugged, but like, and then Joe Rogan came up with it's a good old conspiracy theory, but he believes that he was saying like, what if they're just doing that because like if their phone would be able to be sold free market here in the U.S., like that would put Apple out of business, which is an American company. Like that they essentially would. They're already taking the sales, but they're not taking the sales in the U.S. because the U.S. like Apple's the biggest thing or Samsung's the biggest thing. But like, can you imagine like that'd be fucking crazy if like they were just stopping the selling of that phone because they feel like our companies would lose.
Well, I mean, I don't know because Apple just is the first company ever, American company, to
hit
cross the
Yeah.
trillion mark.
Yeah.
So,
But they sell so many other products. But
they sell obviously. The
well,
MacBook,
you know
iPad.
what? If they sell so many, if they're worth $1 trillion. They should make a fucking charger that doesn't break, like in the middle. Like,
Am I right,
dude?
Fuck.
Like, I had like the chart that's bent. So like when I'm in my car, and
I have a
put
metal
my phone
charger,
in,
so I don't have that problem.
Yeah, you can buy those cross.
yeah. So I'm
ones.
trying to, and then like my music will start playing, and then it'll stop midway because the charger's not connecting halfway.
Dude,
I was like,
you should have said
damn,
something. I
man.
got like an expert upstairs
Fuck,
trying to
dude.
take.
but it's kind of ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
and another point, what Apple kind of does, is kind of pisses me off too. It's
Oh,
like,
don't get me on it started. Because we can go all night about
Oh,
the
yeah,
problems
'cause
Apple
that was
has.
another thing too.
But
was-
go ahead. You were.
oh well, just about like when they roll out a new update, a new iOS, and then at one point your phone can't update to that, or your iPad can't update because you got to get the new one.
Yeah,
That is like, come on, man, that's a little fuck.
it is a little. It's pretty messed up. But I can only kind of understand because I know like I guess how a lot of the software and stuff like that works. Kinda, it's just like say they put a new camera in that's gonna do like a better portrait mode, or they're gonna do or they put in like a new software for the face recognition or something like that. Like that's all put into the software for the update, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously your older phones just doesn't have that kind of hardware, so they're like, well, if we put that on a new phone, like it's gonna brick the phone because they doesn't know how to use that.
Yeah,
That program is just
yeah.
gonna be too strenuous in the phone or whatever, and so eventually they're just like, well, this is completely obsolete now because the newer one has all this other new shit, and putting in the software for this into an old phone is just gonna essentially just break it. Which, for all I know, maybe not. Maybe they can just go in there and be like, well, why don't we just cut this out, and then like make software updates separate for every phone, but
It's kind of how Android works.
But like, yeah, it is. It's just like Windows. Like Windows is like, think about it. They'll be like, we're not gonna fucking work on XP. We're not gonna do Vista anymore. Like, get the fuck off of that goddamn system. Like, fucking get into 7, get into 8, get into 10. Like, it's just yeah.
Dude, shout out to Windows phones too, dude.
Windows phones.
Shout out to Jeff
Rip.
who had the phone.
I had a Windows phone for a little bit too, dude. The 620. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
So my thing is, I was an Android guy forever. I did Android forever. I just loved the way Androids work. The problem I always had with Androids, and I don't know if they fixed it on something like the higher end Samsungs, but it was always reliability. 6 months in, it seemed like
slowing down.
it was slowing down. And we talked to somebody at a store, and they'd be like, well, look at all the apps you have. And I'm like, the point of my phone is I should be able to use it the way I want to.
Exactly.
Like, the processor shouldn't slow down because I added... If it can't do that many apps, then there needs to be something on the, hey, the phone only has this much, only this processor, don't put 100 apps on there.
But they don't say that. They never say
Yeah,
that.
they just like...
phone. They just,
So I finally switched to iPhone. I went to the iPhone 7, then 7 Plus, then 8. and I'm going to go to the 10 plus here in September when it comes out.
Nice.
But everything else, there's a guy I follow on YouTube. He's Linus Tech, and he just did a maybe 3-part video on Apple and a bad experience he had with Apple. And when you read the comments, there's Apple fanboys that are like, no, you're completely wrong. What Apple does is 100% right. But after I watched that video, I was so pissed off at Apple for what they do with their. Basically, he had a Mac, and I don't know all the Macs, but it's the one where it's like an all-in-one.
The iMac?
Yeah, it's an iMac.
Is it beer?
No, that's a
That's my
dirty
mom.
white boy juice.
That's a white boy juice.
Yeah. And he does all computer videos. So it was his, and he wanted to take the screen off to show something on the inside. He already owned it, no big deal. Well, guess what? They dropped the screen, and the screen touched some part, and it shorted something out. So he took it to Apple, because Apple said, yeah, we can fix it. Apple looked and said, we can't fix it. And it wasn't that it had anything to do with warranty. He says, I'll pay for it to get fixed. I need you to fix this. And it was just a runabout way of going to fix it. So he tried to authorize repair centers. But Apple has such a stronghold on their thing that an authorized repair center can't keep parts in stock. That's not how that works. So if you're an authorized repair center, you come in, you create a ticket for that item. That ticket gets sent to Apple. Apple sends you the part. You send them the old part. And that's how that works. And I'm probably missing out on something. But if you watch that video, it really makes you upset about the way they do things and the way they're. It's just like
they're really trying to push it towards buying a new one, right? That's essentially what it feels like.
Like what computer solders the RAM to the motherboard?
No,
Apple does.
Apple does, yeah. It's fucking insane.
And it's just like nobody else does that. I could go to Fry's right now and buy all the parts and build a badass gaming machine.
No, because well, look, just go to their website and then you'll see. All right, I'm gonna build a Mac. No, all right, you could get the 128, the 256, or the 512, and then it's like, all right, now with RAM you can get 4, you get 8, you get 16. But like that's not like it's like wait a minute. Like with a Windows computer, just like, well, why don't I just buy the 128 and I get the 4 gigs RAM, and then I'll just upgrade myself. It's fucking simple, right? Well, no. Apple's like, well, you can't because we started the RAM, so there's no way you're gonna have to buy the 16 gig. You're gonna have to pay more in order for you to get it. And then like upgrading the storage on those things, like it's fucking insane. Like it's so I think it's like you can't install the software like a Mac OS software on a new hard drive or something like it's really really fucking tough to do it, and you have to do all those workarounds in order for it to work. And it's just like what the fuck. Like at that point you're already thinking, oh fuck, then I'll just buy the top of the line one. Like fuck, like I'm gonna spend like $3,000 to buy a top of the line MacBook, and it's fucked up. But like they've worked everything out, dude. They worked everything out like and way before.
You know what I think though, Apple as a whole, when they're coming up in the the marketing team and when they're talking to the engineers, they know they're going to be people like you guys that know exactly what you guys are talking about, and they're like, we're never going to, get this past them. They're going to figure this out. But for every one Mike, for every one Tony, there's going to be like 8 Deans who are like, fuck it, dude, I just love Apple.
Yeah,
like fuck it, dude, just give me a good camera and shit. Like I'll buy it.
Definitely, man. That's what they were banking on, was just that like they wanted people to just not really care about that. Like they when I think Steve Jobs, I think he even said it. He was just like, I could be wrong, but he said I think like he was just like, well, we just want them. We want them to come for our software to just get it to work and use, and like you don't have to worry about anything else. Like everything internally, like. This laptop, this phone, this iPad is not meant for like a tech guru. It's meant for someone who just have and use. Like that's
simplicity.
Yeah, exactly. Simplicity is what they were really going towards. So we should have expected it. So I can't give them a whole lot of shit because I mean we should have expected.
And that is maybe if that's their business model. And Linus did finally get the part he needed from some underground source that he couldn't name. And
it's awesome.
And they got the actual board they needed, because with Apple, you can't replace parts. If the hard drive goes out, you send everything back and they send you all new. and he got a brand new board from Apple, and they forgot to solder the memory down.
Ah, fuck.
So he could theoretically upgrade the memory in that Mac now.
Lucky bastard.
But I just never understood. Once I watched it, it just made me so mad to feel like, I understand there is that base. There is that base. I deal with enough customers at my job that, yeah, you need something that you just turn on and you use. Don't worry about what's going on in the background. That will do it itself. You don't. And if it's broken, come to us or go to them, and they'll deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also people like us. It's like, why can't I just open this up and put my own piece in? Like, why can't I just open it up and take a part out and put a new part in
Especially
when it breaks
if
down?
it's yours to own. Like,
Yeah.
You should be able to do whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
want.
it's like,
I mean, it's just. I mean, you guys have all seen Gladiator, right?
Yep.
You know the part where he's where Proximo is telling Maximus like Rome is the mob, conjure magic in front of them, and you'll basically own them. I mean, that's what Apple is.
Yeah.
Apple's going to come out and say, "Hey, this camera's amazing, and we're now in the age of like selfies and all that." You know, you're easily there. You go. You got a group of people that are just like hooked instantly without. You know, so
but like that guy at work says, and I agree with them. You can't knock the hustle.
No,
Hey,
that's
you
right,
know,
man.
Definitely not.
That's right.
You
That's
can't.
all good.
As much as I
America.
hate maybe what they're doing, and they're making money, so I can't knock that. I can't knock that because it is working. It is.
As the one of the best hip hop groups ever said, Wu-Tang, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So,
I think my boss at work says that a few times. But no, I just.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm coming from a mindset where me and Nestor in like the early 2000s had a computer that just stopped working. So I was like, I don't know. And Nestor just going to school. He's like, well, I'll come over. I'm your neighbor and we'll figure it out. It's a good learning experience. And we went through everything. I remember at one point in one of my rooms, there's just computer parts thrown everywhere. Brand new hard drive, old hard drive memory. And then and push came to shove. I finally just took some memory sticks out and put the old memory back in. Turns out I just bought the wrong memory.
And you know what, dude?
But I love that kind of like, hey, tear it apart and we'll work on it.
No, yeah.
If I had a
It's like a
MacBook,
car.
there's no tearing apart working on it.
Yeah. No.
just like a car, just like a house.
Yeah.
You want to be able to just personalize it the way you want.
I even bought a new CPU for that computer.
And then
it was a compact that I bought at Fred Meyer. I got a new motherboard. I mean, we went through everything just to find out that I bought the wrong memory.
Yeah, the memory just didn't work.
Shout out to Mr. Ward, dude, in his A+ class, because that's how like everyone thought like if you take A+, it's just an easy A, but like I remember it was me and Simon Aguilar took it, and we actually we took computers apart, took out the hardware, the memory, and we put them back together. So Mr. Ward taught us a lot of shit. It's a fucking shout out to people who actually took A+.
What I'm starting to get into is I watch this guy called the 8-bit guy, and he restores old computers, like Commodore 64s and stuff. But he goes down to he calls it retro writing, where like they've yellowed and stuff, and he gets it to where they're white again, and he puts them up and talks about the different slots that were in there. But it's amazing when you think about it says like a 10 kilobyte hard drive or something like that. It's just like because it's so tiny and
because we're fucking.
And I saw a video.
128.
Yeah,
Insane.
I saw a video one time on. I think it was Adam Savage had it, and he pulled out 1 gigs in 1980, and it was like that big of a piece of equipment for 1 gig. And he said even in the 80s, a gig was so much larger, and no one would ever think who needs a gig of storage in 1980.
Yeah.
Now there's fucking video file. What is this video file? It's going to be like 10, 20, 12 gigs just in 1080.
Well, to be fair, in 1980, it wasn't more about gigabytes. It was more about them kilos, dude.
Yeah.
Them Coke in the 80s.
I'm sure, yeah.
This has more storage than any computer in the 80s ever had.
No, yeah.
The
Ridiculous.
processor, this is faster than any processor.
That's ridiculous.
People work on it, man. People are smart, man. They know how to fucking... which reminds me, it's another guest I want to have on is Jeff, because that guy's fucking big-ass computer guru. He knows how to customize anything. That'd be cool, Jeff. Shout out to you if you want to be on. That'd be cool.
Yeah, dude, we should. You know what, dude? Like, if anyone wants to be on, we should fucking just have him on. I'll send my cousin a message if she wants to be on.
Dude, I would
Like,
love
I'll be
that.
like,
Dude, she
well,
did
we
such a
can
good
set
job.
We can set up something and see if we can get her on.
I would want to get better mics though if she was gonna be on.
Yeah.
her podcast is so fucking good and professional. It's just like
You know what? We're good though. We're good.
No, yeah,
we're
fine.
we're
we're starting.
We're up and coming, you know?
But even then, dude, I still think we we know what we're doing.
Remember, Steven Spielberg shot his first movie on 8mm camera. You know,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Nobody starts with the good stuff, and if they do, it's because they have wealthy parents.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're at an hour and 30, so
I guess we took it there.
We're ready to cut it, Tony. If you
it is.
Take this out, boy.
I know, and I'm not ready for it.
We have we have an episode next Saturday. I should have some pretty cool stories because so far I think I'm going to go to the Coheed in Cambria and Taking Back Sunday concert on Friday.
Wait, did you win those tickets? No.
That's
I want Fall Out Boy tickets.
You want Fall Out Boy?
Fucking Fall.
What?
So who's going with you to Fall Out Boy?
Anyone who wants to go, dude.
How many tickets did you get?
Well, it's 2 tickets.
Nice.
Dude, I fucking love Fall Out Boy. Like when they came out with their album my senior year, it was always a guilty pleasure because I always had this rep of like listening to like Metallica and just like metal and shit like that.
Metal music.
But fucking Fall Out Boy, like, and I remember on the podcast I said like fucking Patrick Stump is like one of my man crushes, dude.
Yeah.
He's such a good lyricist. Yeah, dude, I won Fall Out Boy tickets and I was like, because I heard on the radio I was driving to work and they're like, okay, we're gonna play this game. And I was like, oh, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to call and see what tickets they are. I didn't really care because I know one time I won Lollapalooza tickets and I just Warped tickets. Okay. And I sold them. So I was like, oh, fuck it, dude. Whatever tickets, I find someone to buy them. Yeah. And then when they said Fall Out Boy and I won, I was like, fuck, dude. Because I have listened to Fall Out Boy since like my junior year in high school. And fuck, man.
Excited. When is that? When is that going to be?
September 28th.
Which radio stations you
want? 107.5.
Nice. That's fucking cool. I almost won. I think it was 98.5 was doing like whoever was first one calling just gets the tickets. I was like, all right, might as well call. I called in and I was one call away from winning The Life is Beautiful.
Shit!
That'd have been fucking cool, but
yeah,
they're like caller 19. Sorry, man, one call away. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no, it was cool, dude. It was cool. I got those tickets and like, because it's funny. I like when I work out, I listen to. I'm such a fucking emo pop punk kid, dude. Like, I'll be working out, dude, and like Paramore will come on, or Fall Out Boy, Taking Back Sunday will come on, and then just working out, and then the next song is fucking Slayer. So I'm like all over the place, dude.
I think the only thing I've ever won was. I won something of a TV station in L.A. I won boxing tickets.
What?
But no one wanted to go, so I didn't end up going.
You didn't sell them?
No, because they were will call. So you had to go pick them up. And I told them, I even called them and said, hey, there's no way I'm going to go. And they're like, all right, they go to waste because we can't give them to anybody else.
That fucking sucks, dude.
But I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I have to go. I'm going to go on Wednesday because Wednesday I don't work at my other job. So I'm going to go on Wednesday and pick them up.
Cool.
The Fall Out Boy tickets.
Nice.
All right, so if this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. The Drunk Weekends LV podcast produced every Saturday for your enjoyment. Come back often. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Drunk Weekends LV and at Facebook.com/Drunk Weekends LV. We post a show as soon as it's edited by our man Mike over there.
Yes, sir.
And just to end the podcast, in a world where you can be anything, just be kind.
Nice.
That fucking right.
Just be kind. Nice job, bro.